Greetings from the home of Super Bowl 46. The status of loyal opposition imposes on those out of power some serious responsibilities to show respect for the presidency and its occupant.
I never refer to Obama as President Obama because legally he is not. Okay? He constantly says that our Constitution is passé, and he totally ignores it, as you know. He does what he darn well pleases. He is an avowed Muslim, and my question is, why isn't something being done to get him out of our government? He has no legal right to be calling himself president.
Well, yeah, I'm doing my best to try to get him out of the government. And you're right about how he uniformly ignores the Constitution.
To express agreement where it exists. Republicans tonight salute our president, for instance, for his aggressive pursuit of the murderers of 9/11 and for bravely backing long overdue changes in public education. I personally would add to that list admiration for the strong family commitment that he and the First Lady have displayed to a nation sorely needing such examples. On these evenings, presidents naturally seek to find the sunny side of our national condition.
Fundamentals of our economy are strong. I mentioned some of them before. Job creation is strong.
But when President Obama claims that the state of our union is anything but grave, he must know in his heart that this is not true. The president did not cause the economic and fiscal crises that continue in America tonight, but he was elected on a promise to fix them, and he cannot claim that the last 3 years have made things anything but worse. The percentage of Americans with a job is at the lowest in decades. 1 in 5 men of prime working age and nearly half of all persons under 30 did not go to work today. In 3 short years, an unprecedented explosion of spending with borrowed money has added trillions to an already unaffordable national debt. And yet the president has put us on a course to make it radically worse in the years ahead. The federal government now spends $1 of every $4 in the entire economy. It borrows $1 of every $3 it spends. No nation, no entity, large or small, public or private, can thrive or survive intact with debts as huge as ours. The president's grand experiment in trickle-down government has held back rather than sped economic recovery. He seems to sincerely believe we can build a middle class out of government jobs paid for with borrowed dollars. In fact, it works the other way. A government as big and bossy as this one is maintained on the backs of the middle class and those who hope to join it. We do not accept that ours will ever be a nation of haves and have-nots. We must always be a nation of haves and soon-to-haves. In our economic stagnation and indebtedness, we're only a short distance behind Greece, Spain, and other European countries now facing economic catastrophe. But ours is a fortunate land. Because the world uses our dollar for trade, we have a short grace period to deal with our dangers. But time is running out.
Fundamentals of our economy are strong. I mentioned some of them before. Job creation is strong.
But time is running out if we're to avoid the fate of Europe and those once great nations of history that fell from the position of world leadership. So 2012 is a year of true opportunity, maybe our last, to restore an America of hope and upward mobility and greater equality. The challenges aren't matters of ideology or party preference. The problems are simply mathematical, and the answers are purely practical. An opposition that would earn its way back to leadership must offer not just criticism of failures that anyone can see, but a positive and credible plan to make life better, particularly for those aspiring to make a better life for themselves. Republicans accept this duty gratefully. The roots back to an America of promise and to a solvent America that can pay its bills and protect its vulnerable start in the same place. The only way up for those suffering tonight, and the only way out of the dead end of debt into which we've driven, is a private economy that begins to grow and create jobs, real jobs, at a much faster rate than today. Contrary to the President's constant disparagement of people in business, it's one of the noblest of human pursuits.
I'll tell you what. 10,000 bucks? $10,000 bet?
The late Steve Jobs, what a fitting name he had, created more of them than all those stimulus dollars the President borrowed and blew. No feature of the Obama presidency has been sadder than its constant efforts to divide us, to curry favor with some Americans by castigating others. Let us rebuild our finances and the safety net and reopen the door to the stairway upward. It's about us as a free people. We'll fall for the con job that says we can just plow ahead and someone else will pick up the tab. Republicans will speak for those who believe in the dignity and capacity of the individual citizen. Who believe that government is meant to serve the people rather than supervise them. Who trust Americans enough to tell them the plain truth about the fix we're in.
Fundamentals of our economy are strong. I mentioned some of them before. Job creation is strong.
And to lay before them a specific, credible program of change big enough to meet the emergency we are facing. We will advance our positive suggestions with confidence because we know that Americans are still a people born to liberty. There is nothing wrong with the state of our union that the American people, addressed as freeborn, mature citizens, cannot set right. Republicans in 2012 welcome all our countrymen to a program of renewal that rebuilds the dream for all and makes our city on a hill shine once again. Thanks for listening. Good night.